What's going on, everybody? I always title my videos as testing and tag it as reviews, and I guess I don't spend a lot of time talking about this truck, and I guess let's take a minute to talk about this truck. Integy gauge. There's a lot of things I don't like about this, a lot of things I do. The main thing I've been testing is this Integy cage right here. Very cheap. I think it was like 40 bucks. I'll start with the things I like about it. When I flip over, whenever I crash, I know it's not broken. You can't break this. You could stomp on it and you wouldn't break it. It's actually very, very hard. They did a pretty good job welding it. I like that it just looks so awesome. But straight to the things I don't like about it, it's just way too heavy. It's too top heavy. It doesn't need to be this heavy for an RC car. It's not really user friendly as far as building, because there's not a lot of space for the battery. You're gonna be cramped. I haven't even I talked about 3D printing out panels and things and such. If you're not well acquainted with that, you will have a little bit of trouble making this look like something besides, you know, like somebody said, a pile of parts. I don't like that there's not very many positions, not very many, no options as far as where to put your shocks. I think the number one thing that kind of bothers me about this is this is not a 10th scale rig right here. If I wanted this to be 10th scale, I would need to emphasize that this is for one person. This is a 10th scale crawler buggy, not a something that would seat 2 or 4 people. And I guess let me talk about these servos. They're crazy cheap. My biggest concern was that they weren't going to be waterproof, but they are fine. One of the big things that I've been talking about over and over again, these portals, they were one of the cheaper options, the Xtra Speed. I read both good and bad things about them, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and tell you the good and the bad. I've only had these for maybe, I think I wrote it down since March. That was about the first real test. I haven't had them real long. There was definitely no grease inside of anything anywhere. Grease up everything. I filled everything up with Super Tech boating grease. What else is there to even talk about? These tires. These were the hobby sold tires. These were about $100 on Amazon. They came with a full kit of really nice tires, metal wheels. I took those wheels off, and these tires right here are Camo X4 tires. They fit on there perfectly. Let me think here. Yeah, and these shocks. I gotta find the name of them. These shocks look cool, and they don't suck. They don't suck at all. But for the weight of this rig, it's not very efficient. What else is there? If I had to redo this rig again, I would definitely go with a much higher quality tire, a much better motor, and I do have a better ESC sitting around, but I'm holding off on that. I would definitely go with a different ESC, and I would 3S this all day long. As far as this high steer kit right here, whenever you mess with the geometry like that, you create weak points. So if you were going to be really rough on your truck, I would just skip the high steer kit thing. What else is there? The whole deal is heavy. I've always wanted to express my opinion on what it's like to have an all metal rig. Everything except for this body plate right here on the bottom. That's a plastic piece, and I just haven't gotten around to switching these links here to metal. But it really hasn't been necessary. And what I've noticed is a loss of agility. The more weight you have, the more you're pulling up a hill. The harder you fall, the more it sucks down your battery life. It is pretty neat, but my next build is definitely going to have a lot of plastic and metal strategically placed. This right here is going to get turned into a bouncer for sure. I'm going to take this guy apart, and I definitely can't wait to get my next Integy cage. Go with a different style. Make that my next crawler. One of my next crawlers. And I hope that answered any questions that people may or may not have had about this truck. Thanks.